Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, was one of the most famous women in history. Her full name was Cleopatra Thea Philopator, 69 BC to 30 BC. She was the last of the pharaohs set up in Egypt by Alexander the Great. By descent, she was a Macedonian princess. After her death, Egypt became the Roman province of Egyptus. Today, we are diving into the top 5 amazing facts about Cleopatra. Contrary to modern portrayals from Elizabeth Taylor and Vivian Leigh, there is no evidence among ancient historians that Cleopatra is a great beauty. Contemporary visual sources show Cleopatra with a large pointed nose, narrow lips and sharp, jutting chin. Her reputation as a dangerous and seductive temptress was in fact the creation of her enemy Octavian. Roman historians portrayed her as a harlot who used sex to bewitch powerful men into giving her power. After his defeat, Cleopatra's lover Mark Antony ended his life and Cleopatra's suicide became the stuff of legend. Soon after her death, rumors began circulating that she allowed a venomous asp to bite her, but some archaeologists don't buy that tale. Cleopatra was a gifted chemist and knew her way around poisons, but the actual circumstances of her death are unclear. Cleopatra was the last queen of Egypt, but she came from a long line of non-Egyptian rulers. She was the last of the Ptolemaic rulers. When Alexander the Great invaded in 332 BC, Egypt came under Macedonian and Greek control. After Alexander's death, Ptolemy, a Macedonian nobleman, took control of Egypt, establishing a dynasty that would rule the empire for 10 generations. The Ptolemaic rulers may have been warmongering and brutal, but they loved their books. In Alexandria, Egypt's capital at the time, an incredible library housed original written works from around the world. Young Cleopatra spent her youth studying and became a scholar, scientist, and gifted chemist, and was known to experiment with different poisons. She spoke 9 languages and was the first Ptolemaic ruler to speak Egyptian. All that knowledge and language skill was put to good use as ruler of Egypt. The Ptolemaic rulers distinguished themselves by marrying their siblings. The queen herself was actually Cleopatra VII, and her parents were almost certainly brother and sister. But that's where the familial love ended. If they weren't marrying each other, they were murdering each other. Some squabbling siblings killed each other off and mothers decapitated their children. All for the glory of power. After the death of their father, Cleopatra ruled Egypt alongside her brother, Ptolemy VIII, who was 8 years younger and thought to be her husband. But the two quickly became enemies and Cleopatra, at 21 years old, found herself in the Sinai Desert, trying to raise an army to regain control. She received some help from a very powerful source. To take back control of Egypt, Cleopatra joined forces with the Roman ruler Julius Caesar and, in the process, bore him a son. With Caesar's troops, she managed to reclaim her throne from her younger brother and ruled once more, alongside her other brother, Ptolemy XIV, who she also later married. This was our today's video. Thanks for watching.